Hello everyone. So today I wanted to show you guys I won't say quick, but a somewhat easy cheesecake recipe. Today is my niece's birthday and she requested a grasshopper cheesecake. Cheesecake is one of the few things that I'm pretty good at, so I figured I'd take you guys along for the ride. So I already have one crust already done, but I'm going to show you how I did that. So you want your fudge mint cookies. We have some extra, but you want to take your cookies and throw them in a Ziploc baggie. And then the fun part, you get to take out all your anger and frustration of the day on the cookies. I'm just going to break them up. You could use a tool if you really wanted to, but they crush up pretty easily, especially because they're coated in chocolate. So you're going to do that until you get them to a pretty fine consistency. Like I said, you feel better already. Try not to pop your Ziploc bag out because that will make a mess. Looking pretty good. You can mix it once you get it into the bowl if there was some that you missed. But there you have it. Nice crushed up. So I already did one package of these, so I know it's the perfect amount. You want about 30 cookies. This is a little more than that, but I wanted a thicker crust because it's delicious. So I already have my butter melted in the microwave. It's really hot. So it's 2 tablespoons of butter. And you're going to just dump that in with your cookies and try not to burn yourself. And then we're just going to incorporate that in with our cookies. Like I said, if there's some bigger chunks, just squish them down with your fork. So the easiest pan to use for cheesecakes is a springform pan. And my secret tip that I try to tell everybody when making a cheesecake, whether it says to or not, you always want to do a water bath. It just helps tremendously, and the cheesecake always comes out better with a water bath. It doesn't crack and all that good stuff. Which you want, you know, your cheesecake to look smooth and beautiful. Nobody wants cracks. So once you get all that butter incorporated, and you do want it incorporated pretty well because that is what's sticking your crust together. Just making sure we got it all nice and damp. Once you do that, you're going to take it and put it into your pan. Chris is busy in the kitchen right beside me. He's getting ready to do a challenge.
What challenge is that, dear?
You are working on Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off.
Yeah?
We had a week left, and we've been trying to get as many challenges in as we possibly can. because we love to support our community. This, I'm just doing, not for fun, but it's my niece's birthday and I wanted to make it special. She turned 23 today. Actually, I could have almost went a little thicker on this one. Alright, so I'm going to get the rest of my ingredients together and I will come back and show you the filling. So we're back. I wanted to show you the ingredients before I mix them. So you want 3 packages of 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, and you want to make sure you let that sit out and get up to a nice softened, not quite room temperature, but enough that you can work with it. You're going to add a cup of sugar to that, and I did not find the liqueur, the mint liqueur that it called for. Maybe the Vineyard Chicks have one. I'll have to check it out. But I'm using pure mint extract, and we started with a half a teaspoon of that to see how strong it is. And because they didn't have the liqueur with the green mint, we added some green coloring. Now I'm going to take this over to the KitchenAid and slowly add in 1 egg at a time. So I will get back to you as soon as that's done. We'll show you the next step. Or I guess Chris is going to take you along for the ride. Whoop. That is not the lifty button. Also, while you're mixing this together, you want to be melting 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips in the microwave.
Or your assistant can.
Yes, my assistant is doing that for me. So you always want to start slow with the KitchenAid. Oh, it definitely smells minty with a half teaspoon. We're going to add in our first egg. Sorry.
I'm just showing you. See?
That is definitely a beautiful green color.
Is it showing up? Oh yeah. Cool.
Always scrape your sides, make sure you get everything in there.
Usually you want to turn the thing off.
Yeah,
though.
usually, but I'm not usual.
Gina likes doing things differently.
Alright, now I'm going to add in my second egg.
I would turn it off and get all of that scraped in and incorporated together. You don't want to have that one bite that has, you know, straight up mint extract.
Minty fresh.
Everybody else enjoying the cheesecake, but that one guy. Like, this isn't that great, guys. What are you talking about?
This is kind of terrible, actually. Alright, third egg.
This doesn't have like flour or anything in it. I can't remember how to do cheesecakes.
Nope. It's a pretty soupy recipe until it starts cooking. When I made my first cheesecake, it was kind of scary because it came out like soup, and I'm like, there's no way.
Probably want to get your oven preheated.
I gotta look that up because it did not have a temperature on the recipe I'm following. Alright, and then adding my last egg. Stop the KitchenAid and not have an eggshell in there because that wouldn't be good either. Stop the KitchenAid after this one's incorporated and give it a scrape again and then let it mix for a second and then we're taking it over to the table. Alright, so we got our beautiful green cheesecake filling all set to go in with the crust. So we're gonna add this right over. I sprayed it, yes. You always gotta double check me because I do mess up sometimes. But who's perfect? Not me, that's for sure. Alright, oven's preheated.
To what?
300 degrees.
Because you didn't let them know last time.
That's because I didn't think it was on the recipe and it was, so shh.
Which recipe? The one you wrote?
Yes.
I love you.
Like I said, I am not perfect. Some of our green food coloring didn't mix in that great, but I used the gel.
It's alright, it gives it like that cosmic look.
Yeah, it's kind of tie-dye-y. Alright, so now the fancy part.
Ooh, this is the chocolate drizzle.
Nope. So we melted our 4 ounces of semi-sweet chips, and I need a spoon. It's always nice to have cake decorators in the house. Lovely spatulas. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take scoops of this chocolate and put them in random places.
And that would sink right into it, huh?
I'm not done yet, sir.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. You forget my mother's a, baker, cake decorator, so.
I think they asked for way too much chocolate, though. That's a lot of chocolate.
You're doing times twos.
Not on this. No, I'm doing single recipe.
Yeah, but you can save the chocolate for the times 2 one, is what I'm getting at, because that is enough chocolate.
So now you're going to take your spatula and you're going to swirl that chocolate into your cheesecake.
Pretty.
Could probably use a little more on the sides. What do you think?
I would try this.
You're gonna have big globs here and there, just drag it into.
Yeah, exactly. That actually really looks cool.
Alrighty.
What's next?
We're going to pop that in the oven for 1 hour and 10 minutes and we will be back to show you the end result times 2.
What did we forget, wifey?
So I forgot to tell you guys that we want to wrap the bottom of this in tin foil. 1, because you don't want it all over your oven, and 2, we are doing a water bath, so you just want to make sure it's all good and wrapped in there. And we got our pan for our water bath. We're going to fill this and get it in the oven. we will be back.
Go.
Alright, so our hour and 10 minutes is up, and I'm going to give it a test, which I hate doing to cheesecake. You're going to see a little because there's melted chocolate in there, but...
Do it again in the green area. You just want to make sure. Oh my, that is very minty and delicious.
Yeah, I'm going to call that done. It's
Yeah.
going to be a little wet because it's cheesecake. It will set.
Yeah.
Plus, it's in the water bath, so...
So I guess we're gonna have to call that a success.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, and...
The water bath method really does work.
Yeah, it definitely helps with not cracking.
Even when it says you don't need one, do it anyway.